Good morning, brothers and sisters. Have you shouted for joy yet? Have you realized the more you shout for joy, the more happy you are? Of course, if you shout for joy every day, the more you embrace the truth, you'll be very happy and your spirit is affected by the truth. Therefore, if we exercise our faith, we can exercise the victory and joy every day. In Song of Solomon, there were 3 requests which make me so amazed and make me realize the Lord loves me so much and how much He wants to be close with me. In Song of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 5, it said, "Turn away your eyes from me, for they overwhelm me. Your hair is like a flock of goats leaping down the slope of Gilead." Let's think, how come there was such a request? You love to look at the one you loved, but here is it, He asks His love to turn away her eyes from Him. Not that the Lord doesn't like it, it was her gaze has overwhelmed Him. What description was this? His love was so awesome. Brothers and sisters, can you see what captures the Lord's heart? Do you remember the other 2 requests? He wants to see our face, to hear our voice. The heart of the Lord is so willing to draw near to us. There was another request, and that was to ask us to depart Lebanon with Him, to experience our life with Him, to walk with Him in our life, to accomplish the commission with Him. Even though there was dangers ahead, the dens of lions, the mountains of leopards, the Lord wants to experience all these with us. Brothers and sisters, our beloved has manifold of love. He asks us to this extent. Brothers and sisters, how do you respond to the Lord's request? Are you willing to draw near to Him every day? Are you willing to commit your heart to Him? Are you willing to follow the Lord under all circumstances? May the pursuit of the Lord also capture your heart. May the Lord bless you all. Brothers and sisters, the verses I'd like to share with you is in the book of Micah, chapter 6, verse 8. And it said, "He has told you, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you, but to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God." It was a dark age in the time of Micah. It was similar to our present time. Man didn't walk in justice and filled with sins. There was ruthless, without mercy and love in the heart of man. Man was full of pride. There was no God, without any considering in their heart during those times. Therefore, God has sent Micah to declare to the people at that time, to ask them to do 4 things: to do justice, to love kindness, to have a humble heart, and to walk with God. These 4 things are to walk with God, is to right after to have a humble heart. We should understand more. To have a humble heart is not only not to harm others, not just to get things done, to have a good relationship with man. What is more important is that humbleness makes us to be closer with God. Many people try to explain what is humbleness. Sturgeon has said, humility is to make a right estimate of oneself, and that means not to get on the high horse, to know and believe in your own value. On the other hand, people said humility isn't denying your rights or gift, but admitting that gift comes from God. Rights are given, but does not come from you yourself. Therefore, humbleness is a closer understanding of God. We're willing to obey, willing to listen to his thoughts in order we know ourselves, no matter to know our limitation or to know our value. True humbleness comes from your relationship with God. Brothers and sisters, I find it is so precious that the character of being humble is the right attitude and condition to walk with God. If we are not humble enough, we are not willing to carry out according to God's will, to have our nose in the air. It is so good that the Lord became our role model. He came down on earth humbly. He did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, but emptied himself in order to accomplish the will of God. Brothers and sisters, I hope we all understand what is the true humbleness. Not that we give way to others, but we are willing to walk with God all the times, obey his words, and live in his will. And this is the true humbleness. I like to tell you a story. There was an experienced and excellent doctor. Many young doctors wanted to apply to work under his team. The experienced doctor has chosen a young doctor to work in his clinic. They were running the mentorship. The young doctor was responsible to see patients with slight illness, whereas the experienced doctor was responsible for those who were seriously ill. They were cooperative nicely and became famous. As time goes by, they have discovered the numbers of patients booked to see this young doctor has increased a lot, and the experienced doctor wasn't taken seriously at first and felt happy in his heart. He has done a good job with the general cases, so there were a lot of people booked to see him. Until one day, the experienced doctor noticed that even the seriously ill patients also booked to see this young doctor. He was wondering in his heart, but they still trust in each other with a heart feeling. But this mentor still didn't understand why more and more people booked to see this young doctor, but not him. Later on, the mystery has solved, for he has noticed that the patients comment about this young doctor. He was so concentrated when he saw the patient, for he thought he was not good enough to be a good doctor yet. So he asked his patient many questions in details and with love and care. The consultation time was longer, whereas the experienced doctor saw patient faster, for he was more experienced. He didn't say much to his patient and met them with indifference, without care. Therefore, when he has realized and understood the situation, he should treat people with humbleness and accomplishments. Brothers and sisters, whether we are popular or not because we are well educated or not, but it is our attitude that matters. If we're willing to communicate and if we're willing to care for others, we shall become popular among people. The most important is that if you always walk with God, brothers and sisters, and man are so happy to be close to you. May the Lord help us to be a person with real humbleness, with his nameless and his glory. May the Lord bless us.